Want to make your models look amazing without spending a fortune? Let me show you some cheap, easy display ideas. In this video, we're going to discover why displays matter, cheap materials you can make displays out of. I'm going to give you a couple of ideas how to make a display with very cheap items. And then at the end of the video, I am going to do a little montage of some of my models on those displays that I will show you. But first, let me introduce myself. I'm Mike. Moosey, well, I had to go up to CVS and Moosey had to take his anxiety medicine, so he's sleeping that off from the couch. But you're here for another episode of Modeling with Mike. So let's talk about why displays matter. Number one, it frames the build and it draws attention to the model. Number two, it creates context. It suggests a setting or enhances realism. Number three, it improves lighting and angles. In other words, it shows off the details of your kit. Number four, it highlights the scale and the composition of the model. And finally, it boosts presentation value. It looks more finished and intentional. It looks more like a piece of art. So let's go over some cheap materials you can use as bases or displays. First of all, we have mirrors. These are great. I just use these as is. I just use some CA glue. If it's a car, put CA glue on all four tires, stick it on there. I'll show you one in my montage at the end with one of these. You can get this at Dollar Tree. If you're outside of the US, go to dollartree.com. They ship. $1.25 each. Then you have just an ordinary plank of wood. Again, what I do is I prime this, and then I put what color it's going to be. Usually I make it either gray or black. And then I put a clear coat on it. And then I stick the model to it. Sometimes if it's a car, I'll make it gray and I'll put some, road lines on it. Like it's going down the road or like it's in a parking spot. You can do that. Put a little parking block on there. Make sure it's in scale. Again, dollartree.com, $1.25 each. You can use Plaques. This little thing I bought at Meijer store, $3 or so. And I bought these little pens at the same place that are used for touching up scratches on woodwork and cabinets and stuff. And I stained it with that. And I'll put a model on this at the end. A lot of these you can also put trees. You could put, you can put soil on there, soil effects, grass effects. Make it look like it's actually driving on a dirt road or something like that. This I made myself yesterday. I just got a desk in for my channel office. Well, it wasn't yesterday, it was earlier in the week. But it came packed with a bunch of styrofoam. I took one of the styrofoam blocks, cut it down the sides, and made a 3-level display out of it. I'm going to show you 3 of my AFVs in 1/72 scale on this. Obviously, painted it black. Little tip, use acrylic paint. I tried to use my black spray paint, which was lacquer, and it melted. The original, the one that I made. Word to the wise. Finally, I have a picture frame. You can use a picture frame. I got this for $4 at the dollar store. I took this, the little picture of the fake family in there, it's usually there. I turned it around, painted the backside gray, stuck it back in there. And same thing you could do with this. Put, put some dirt on there, or some soil, some rocks, put a little nature scene around it and whatever you put on there. Bingo. Some other things you can use for display items are small shelves, spice racks. You can use clear acrylic boxes such as makeup organizers and the like. You can use bookends or vertical type displays. And as I said before, you can paint and stain those for a better effect. You can also use stackable plastic bins for multi-level setups. Now, I am going to show you how I made some of these and what I do usually with some of them. Like I said on this one, I just took the fake family, turned it around, painted it gray, stuck it back in there. Now you got a gray base instead of a fake family face. And, it works. It works. I'll show you a model on there. You can do a lot with the frame around there. Put some trees in there, some grass, dirt, rocks, what have you. You can use styrofoam and make a scene, make it look real nice. Now, how I made this, like I said, it was about a 14, 15 inch, 2 blocks this wide, 14, 15 inches long. I only needed a foot, so I cut like 3 inches off. This one, that's a 4-inch block. Just put some Elmer's glue on there, stuck them together, let them dry, took them into the spray booth, spray painted it black with acrylic paint. Make sure if it's styrofoam, use acrylics. On regular foam, I probably do the same thing. I don't trust lacquer on foam anymore after the other night. As I stated before, I bought this at the Meyer store for about $3.50. And as you can see, it's made out of maple. And on the same order, I went ahead and got these repair markers. These are used for furniture and cabinetry, but this is wood also. And I used the maple one, and I basically drew it out on this. Same thing with this. Let your mind flow. Let your mind flow. And put a nice nature scene or something around there and put your model on there. What I usually do with these, as I stated before, I put primer on it. After that dries, I make whatever color it's going to be. And you can make it whatever color you want. And then I put a clear coat on top of it to seal everything in. Same thing here. You know, let your mind wander. If it's going to be a car on here, you know, put road, like stripes down the center of a road, and, you know, make it one long stripe. Make it look like the car's actually moving. Or make a parking spot. Put a parking block here, make it like it's the car's parked. You know, let your mind wander. This is the real creative part of modeling, other than, you know, painting and weathering and scratch building. These, same thing. I mean, a model on this, you'll see, just looks nice as it is. But you could do the same thing on this as all the others. And then with the other kinds of displays, you can just let your mind wander. You know, what kind of model is it? You know, if it's a ship, well, paint the display stand blue. Make water out of it. You know, and add some acrylic or some putty and shape waves on there, and, you know, just number of things you could do. Create. This is the time in the video that I told you about. This is going to be a short video because, you know, I'm just showing you some displays. But here comes what you've been waiting for, a tour or a montage, if you will, of models on those stands. And if I learn how to do it on my editing software, I'll put music to it. Stand by. So, as you can see, you don't need a whole bunch of money to display your models. You just need a little creativity. So let me know, how have you displayed your models? Let me know about it in the comment section. As usual, always love to hear from you, and I always respond. So let me know. Next video is going to be, we're going to step into the world of Gundam models, Gunpla. It's something that I've never done before. I've never done a Gundam kit. So I bought a Gundam kit and looked into Gundam and all that. And we're going to step into the world of Gundam. Channel update. We're up to 155 subscribers. Cool. I'm just going to keep on going. Remember, every Thursday at 1 o'clock is the live stream. The mushroom cloud is coming along nicely, and we're into the painting stages. I started painting the base last night. It's turning out looking pretty good, so don't want to miss when it gets done. It's going to be over a foot high, I think. So I think that's all I've got for today. So you know what we always say around here: never stop pushing your modeling boundaries. And until next time, we'll see you later. Bye.